Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your monthly reading for September 2023. This is for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading. Capricorn, I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one, rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your readings. So Capricorn, buckle your seatbelt. You are going to get really fired up. You're going to get really busy, okay? You're going to get really busy. You're going to feel a lot of activity this month out of all the signs. And listen, this is one of those months where you may feel, I want you to just be very, very careful with getting burnt out. And I'm going to tell you why. The first things first, I want you to know September is like two different experiences. The first 2 weeks of September are very different from the last 2 weeks of September, okay? The one main thing that's consistent throughout September is Mars, okay? Mars is blazing through Libra all month long. Remember, all the planets are retrograde. We're going to talk about that in a second because some are going direct, but Mars is the only planet that's blazing through, that's speedy, that's, and like I said in my last reading, Mars is the ruling planet for Aries. Where did Aries come from? Aries, the god of war. Mars can get really aggressive, considered a malefic. But it's your drive, ambitions, really putting the pedal to the metal. Now, Libra is your 10th house of career, public recognition, fame, honors, achievements. Capricorn, you are the native ruler of the 10th house. Y'all are so hardworking. You prioritize work over everything else. Yes, that is right. You will put The Witcher aside to do some work at like 11 p.m. up until like 1 in the morning. Y'all are workaholics. So I really want you to just, because Libra is all about balance and peace and harmony. We got the god of war in the sign of peace. So really, really watch your health, watch everything, just make sure that you're cool, okay? Be frosty. Now, here's the other thing is that even though Mars is blazing through, like fast and furious, through your 10th house, Venus is starting to wake up, okay? Venus is going direct, so this is great. This is going to happen on September 3rd. So you are going to start having little breakthroughs, okay? And we've been having these breakthroughs throughout the summer, and I'm going to explain this later on, but Venus happens to be in your 9th house of spirituality, your belief system, your even your education. Sure, yeah. Higher learning. It also rules long distance travel. So what does this mean? A lot of y'all could have taken moments this summer to decide to go back to school, or you could have decided to learn something new, or you could have decided to work with people overseas, or you could have decided to take this long trip somewhere, right? Or you could have just decided that there was a certain way that you were thinking that was like, I don't know if this works for me anymore, right? Like it's these, Venus is waking up, okay? Venus, Sleeping Beauty, finally, she's like yawning awake. But remember, she's still going to be in her shadow period. So even though she's going direct, which is a good thing, okay? But still in shadow. So it's kind of like groggy, okay? I don't even know why I'm doing this like body gesture. Anyway, that's really weird. So remember, it's going to be a very like Jekyll and Hyde kind of month. The first 2 weeks, very different from the last 2 weeks. Now, the other thing that's happening, Mercury is finally going direct mid-month, okay? So this is also really good, but like I said, and I'll drop the link somewhere up here, or you'll see it. I'll leave it at the end of the video too. I did a video on like Mercury retrograde and what all 12 signs can expect during this Mercury retrograde. It is a good Mercury retrograde, and I love this Mercury retrograde. Sure, things have been probably really crazy, especially for Capricorns. Like there could have been some moments where you were just like angry fists with miscommunication, with like technology. Like I think my Wi-Fi went out like 3,000 times in the past 2 weeks, and emails weirdly sent when I didn't even press send while I was writing them, like weird things like that. But anyway, Mercury's finally going direct. Mercury's going direct right at the time of the new moon in Virgo, mid-month, okay? So you see how it is very different the second half. This is a beautiful new moon. This is an absolutely amazing new moon, especially for you, okay? And this month, there's 6 trines with Venus, Jupiter, Uranus, Mercury. I mean, like, mwah, like chef's kiss, okay? Ay, 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 right? Who does that? So I want you to know mid-month is when you're going to start feeling a lot of like forward momentum, things finally moving forward, especially with spirituality, with your, intuition, with your belief system, but also with, travel and with, publishing too. The ninth house does rule publishing. Capricorn, if you're working on a book, oh my goodness, you could be hearing news around this time, or you could have had a moment during the retrograde where you were going back to edit things and redo things, maybe even creative projects if you're not working on a book, or, maybe even like a freelance writer or whatnot. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of activity. This is a new moon that brings a new cycle and new opportunities. Now, the other thing that's happening is, at the end of the month, okay? So that's, and the great thing is, even though Mercury is going direct, it's still going to be in Virgo, okay? So Mercury's still going to be in Virgo up until October 4th. And so this Mercury retrograde, the reason why I like it is because it's in Virgo, which is very analytical, very detail-oriented, really like Velma from Scooby doing it at this point, identifying issues, okay? And now you're going to see a lot of resolution moving forward with this new moon in Virgo, and you have to take the action for it too, okay? So keep that in mind. All of this is taking action. Mars is very active, and you want to be able to control Mars, by the way. And so this is a good time to, you may see things just starting to unfold for you. Now, at the end of the month, we have that full moon in Aries, okay? We have a full moon in Aries. Now, what I want you to do, Capricorn, this is going to be big for you, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to think about what happened around March 21st when we had that new moon in Aries. Did I say full moon in Capricorn? Full moon in Aries. So I want you to think about March 21st, 2023. What happened for you? What were you thinking about? What were you trying to manifest around that time? There's very likely high probability it had something to do with your home or family or parents or children or your partner, because it's your domestic sector, okay? Aries is, so keep in mind that the North Node also moved into Aries 2 months ago, and so there's a lot that's your destiny, your calling, a lot of focus and attention on that area in your life right now. So something around that time could be coming to some conclusion toward the end of the month. There could be something you reaching the next cycle of something that you started around March. And when I say March, I also want you to think back to April 19th. Because remember, this was that year where we had that strange, I wouldn't even say strange, but very uncommon. We had a new moon in Aries in March and April. Isn't that crazy? But the one in April was a solar eclipse. So think about March 21st until the end of April, because we feel the powers of that full the new moon, okay, throughout the month. And so it hit where Jupiter was conjuncting the sun. Do you remember that on April 11th, the luckiest day of the year? And then we hit the new moon, the solar eclipse in Aries. So anything that you could have been working on, thinking about changing, wanting in your life around that time from March to April, okay? There could be some activity come up around this time. So here's what the one thing that I want you to know is, like I said, the first 2 weeks, even though Venus is just waking up, still things may be moving slow, but there's a lot of activity that's going to make you feel things are happening fast, especially with work and career, okay? Remember, Mars is in Libra in your 10th house, okay? And Mars is going to be a little aggressive, and I've been saying it in every sign. Think of you being on a kayak, all right, for the entire month. But you're not the only one on it. Your friends are on it. Your colleagues are on it. All your friends are on it. Family, and you got, Aunt Henry, Aunt Sally over here on one side of the kayak. They've all had a little too much to drink, okay? Aunt Sally's got the wine bottle in her hand still, and she's like over here leaning, tipping over the kayak on this side. You got your friend Marky over here doing the Macarena, right, with a bottle of watermelons on his head, and he's tipping over the kayak over. And the things are Mars is just making things a little crazy, and it's your job to keep that balance. You want to keep that balance in this kayak. It's your duty, okay? So keep that in mind. This is the kayak of your life through September, blazing through your work sector, okay? So there could be a lot of challenges come up. There could be a lot of like tug and war, or is it, what is it? Tug and war? Tug of war activity. There could even be some moments where, again, it's gonna be, Mars is gonna make you work, you're going to be working a lot, okay? Or you could feel a lot of pressure. So just take some, personal time, free time. I always say it, mental health is the most important thing, okay? Prioritize your mental health. And I'm only saying it for you because Mars is in Libra in your 10th house and Mars is on fire. All right, so keep that in mind. But there's a lot of things happening. One thing that I want to do before I even get into your reading is let you know that on September 8th, the sun is going to trine Jupiter. So, what does this mean, Capricorn? Well, let me tell you. This is the luckiest and the best day of the month. This is an amazing day. It's all about success, growth. Like, you're going to feel it, okay? Best, luckiest day of the month. And one of the best, luckiest days of the year. So mark it in your calendar. Mark it in your calendar. But we're going to talk about this. If you are new to my channel, after I do your spread, I stick around because I break it down week by week, okay? Break it down week by week to give you an idea of what to... I pull a lot more cards, all right? Tell you what's going on for every week. And I do this in addition to your weekly readings. But this is going to be, honestly, this is going to be a month, all right? So remember, the goal is to be balanced, especially when it comes to work and career, and bringing that balance into your life too. Okay, not let's not let that kayak tip over. All right. So that said, Capricorn, let's get to it. Let's go ahead and say let's see what's going on for you for September 2023. Again, this is for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising. If you know your birth chart, you're ready. You're welcome to read for your Moon, your Venus. I would actually recommend both this month, only because the new moon is very powerful and the full moon is very powerful as well. And I like both of them. And then Venus is waking up, and Venus is going to be a little active this month too. So while she's waking up, so you definitely want to see what's going on there. But let's get to it, Capricorn. Let's see what's going on for you for September 2020. Woo, 3. Long intro, right? There's a lot happening in September. Now, the other thing I was going to say is that Mars is... one thing that, even though I say, like, be careful about your health and keeping things balanced and not working too hard, not overdoing it, Capricorn, it's... I think that you're going to be fine because you are in the native ruler of the 10th house, so things will be good for you, and you will be able to manage it. The second thing is you are a cardinal sign, and so you're out of all the signs, like the cardinal signs will handle this Mars and Libra energy the best. Just keep in mind, it is going to be all month long, but not just this month. It's moving into October, okay? Moving into October until we hit the solar eclipse in Libra, mid-October. Your life is about to change. You know that, right? Big time. Because this eclipse is happening in your 10th house of career. So keep that balance, okay? Keep that balance, all right? Mars is at your I love dry sand party, and he's got a water gun. So you want to, keep him in check. Now, let's get started. Capricorn. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. Okay, let's get started. I know, doesn't that leave you in suspense? You did get the Four of Cups in your past. Okay, so I actually like this because it feels like you learned a lesson, and you will learn a lesson. Okay, in September, there could have been a lot of things that happened in August, or even further back, that you were just like not cool. I'm not happy with this. This was not great. But listen, all these retrogrades were causing that, okay? And there were a lot of other aspects that were requiring you to go within, to spend time going within, all right? And there may have been some things that happened that you weren't happy about, things that happened that you were just like, okay, this is not cool, but I'm just gonna go with it. But the whole purpose of it was the universe testing you. The universe is always testing you, okay? I say it all the time, life is not a Disney movie. People cannot just expect their life to be great, 24/7, your entire life. There's going to be challenges, and it's because it helps us grow. It helps us become better versions of ourselves. It becomes, like, you don't want to be 10 years old your entire life, right? You grow, you learn, you adapt, you evolve. And so there is this sense of learning something, okay? And because the Four of Cups really is all about gratitude. You can see that the Hand of Spirit here is offering this young man a cup. He's already got 3, mind you, all right? And his reaction is like this, okay? And so he's crossing off his heart. He's a little just like, he doesn't give an okay? And so it's all about opening up your heart and being grateful for everything that you have, even if the things that have happened to you, you were just like, middle fingering everybody on the street, whatever. That's not you, Capricorn. I know that's not you, but it's what you wanted to do in some situations, because we've had some rough, oppositions and whatnot, and all these retrogrades, things could have been moving slow. But it really is, again, it's that having that gratitude, tapping into your intuition and having that gratitude for everything that you have, okay? So even if things went sideways, even if things were really bad, even if things just got out of control, and things that happened that were disappointing, still have that gratitude. Do not let any of those situations control your life. Do not let anything that could have been challenging, don't let that get to you. Don't let it get your goat. You like that? Because you're the sea goat, your sign. Anyway, Capricorn, it came in your past, though. It came in your past. And so the other thing is that it's very, there could have been some disappointing moments that you are coming out of, and you are aware of. And this month is a time to really, really learn from it, grow from it, and have that gratitude. That is the key word, and I am going to continue to say it one more time, okay? It is that gratitude. Gratitude is the highest level, or in the law of attraction, it's so powerful, right? And so let's say you did, lose your job, or, you did have, got broken up with, or was going through like a challenging time with a friend or whatever. Don't, fall into this like really like powerless, like frustrated, distant, very critical, like angry, like have that gratitude, okay? Have that gratitude. You have a house over your head. You have, like a roof over your head. You've got like Netflix. You've got, think about all those good things that you have in your life. Think about the things that you do have in your life, because that's going to raise your energy level. We are all made of energy down to the molecular level, okay? Keep that in mind. And it's all about putting that energy, it's raising your frequency, okay? And I have to make that very clear, because the energy from your reading is really strong about that, okay? I'm not even, because look at your entire spread here, okay? So let me remind you of one thing. Emotions are neutral, okay? Emotions are completely neutral. It is the energy that you put toward those emotions that put them in motion. It is emotion that is actually the experience of energy moving through your body, okay? That's frequency. You want to raise it, okay? And so the reason why I say I think that you're going to learn a lesson is because the Four Cups came in your past, and then you got the Nine of Wands in the heart of your spread. And so two things here. One, yes, please. This card is all about resilience. So it says, looking at the rest of your spread, you are trying and you are making an effort, okay? If you're not, do it. Put some effort into energy, raising your energy levels, but also being in a place where you feel comfortable, okay? And I want you to be comfortable. And I want you, actually, Capricorn, do me a favor. I want you to promise me that at some point this month, even today, that you will make a promise to yourself that you will be comfortable, okay? There's going to be a lot happening in September, and I want you to always feel comfortable, have that gratitude, and be comfortable, okay? Promise me that, all right, Capricorn? High five. Okay, never mind. Now, listen, the Nine of Wands. This is showing a lot of resilience, okay? This is showing that even though there have been things that may have not been great, or there could have been instances that were really hard, or there could have been just you being bored with situations and just like this has got to change. This has to change, but it hasn't changed yet. Or there could have just been like a fear of like regretting something, okay? That's, a big message that's coming through. But it's a good sign that you have the Nine of Wands in the heart of your spread, because that is all about resilience. And this is another reason why I said be mindful of your health and be mindful of not taking on too much, okay? Because you can see that the little soldier boy here is pretty beat up. He's got gauze on his head. He's gone through it. He's gone through it. But this, if you've been a subscriber with me for a long time, you know that I say this card. Think about 5th grade math class, okay? That poster of the cat hanging from the tree. This is that poster. Don't give up. Hang in there. You're so close to the end. 9 comes right before 10. 10 is conclusion. So it's really hanging in there, and it looks like throughout the month you will be okay. You will have the resilience. Things may be a little like but you still got this. You're a Capricorn. You're not going to let anyone get your goat, all right? You're not going to let anyone get your goat, but you're not going to like submit to any like situation or any challenges. You're going to rise above it, all right? That's what he does, and he's successful. And you can see him actually, he's standing in front of the wands. So he's protecting all his passions, all his ideas. He's protecting everything that he's worked for. Speaking of work, wands are work. It's enterprise, it's career. So it's going to be a big thing for you this month, okay? Work and career. But that's why I say like that burnout energy, like just have that equilibrium, have that balance, all right? Now, you did get the 10 of Cups, but you got it in your challenge area. So there is going to be a sense of you having to, when I say that balance, do not put 99% into work and 1% into your personal life. Find that balance, okay? Find that balance, because it's the other things that are going to bring you joy. It's other things in your life that's going to make you happy. It's the other things that's going to really kind of like, friends can be your biggest cheerleaders right now. It can be, you going out and just, instead of working on that PowerPoint that you got to do for your boss at the, chocolate pie factory, go have one. Go have one, okay? Go with your friends and go have one, have some fun, okay? Because you got the 10 of Cups in your challenge area. So this card is all about like happy life, happy home, happy couple, happily everything, okay? So there is a sense of there's something that you really, the main thing is like having that gratitude, okay? Really spending time having gratitude and appreciating the things that you have in your life. From that point, you start raising your energy levels, okay? And then it's gonna be a month where things may be a little like, hot and heavy when it comes to work, but make time for everything else, okay? Make time for things, because you may need that support too, all right? You may need that support, even like whether it's emotional, spiritual, mental. You just have some fun. Now, the second thing that's coming up, all right? And this is a big takeaway, and I want you to make this a big takeaway from you, okay? For you, is that looking at your entire spread here, It's almost like there's a part of you that it's just going to be okay. Two things here. One, it's almost like you're not going to allow yourself any fun. And that's why I say I want you to have fun. All right. Don't forget that part of your life. Okay. Find that balance, that equilibrium. All right. In your life, it's you maybe really, really like worky. But also, and if you're not here for work, it's just what are you passionate about? What is this thing that you're really investing into? What that you're really, really working hard over. Okay, give yourself some breaks here and there. The second thing is I do want you to ask yourself. Are you happy? Okay. I want you to ask yourself that this month, okay? Because that is a message coming through. And if you're not, you're going to have to make a big decision, okay? You're going to have to make a really big decision this month. You did get the 10 of Cups in your challenge area. And so the one thing that's coming up for me is that it's almost like I'm going to show you something here. Look at them. They're so happy, right? The children dancing, the happy couple. It's almost theatrical, right? It's almost like they're on a stage, putting on a show. So, are you going to be workaholic-y, but then like put on this show to other people like, oh yeah, I'm totally happy, everything's cool, everything's great, whereas inside you're like burning out from like all this work, and there's a lot of like you like working way too much. Do you know what I mean? Like, ask yourself, are you happy? Okay, so that's a big thing. Ask yourself if you're happy. If you know that you're not happy, what do you have to do to get there? First, have that gratitude starts to raise your energy levels. And when I say have that gratitude, listen, just appreciate the things that you have in your life. Have like little moments like that to give a compliment to if you're at work and your colleague is wearing a really cool dress. Compliment your colleague on that really cool dress, and then they're going to be really happy. They're going to go compliment someone, and then they're going to go compliment someone, and everyone's going to be really happy. And guess where it all started? Capricorn, from you, okay? It was you that raised everybody's energy levels. Now, here's the other thing. You did get the 6 of Pentacles in your crown, okay? I love that, all right? So you do see that he does have the scale in his hand. So this is really great. That balance is also, it's so important in this, again, the reason why I'm so harping on this gratitude, because this card is all about gratitude too, all right? So this is more in terms of like, again, finding that balance, understanding that balance between like giving and receiving. Okay. You can see the philanthropic man here helping the needy. Okay. But he does hold the scale in his hand. All right. So I want you to ask yourself, and you actually may be doing this all month. Have that moment. Where is that imbalance in my life? And when it comes to, my, just my physical world, because pentacles are your physical realm, right? Am I giving, and not getting anything in return? Okay. Or am I waiting to receive and not giving anything at all? Find that balance. It is going to be a big thing for you. Now, some of y'all are looking for support. Okay. Some of y'all are thinking about that. Reach out, okay? Remember, don't have your head buried in those PowerPoints, okay? Look up, go have that chocolate pie, go meet up with friends, go, go do karaoke, four non-blondes, whatever you want to do, but just have some fun this month. Have some fun, okay? The other thing is, some of y'all may be in a place where it's you that may feel a little exhausted, because it could be y'all that are thinking that maybe exerting yourself a little bit this month. So again, have that balance, because you could be the person that's been giving, but a lot of it like at work. But find that balance, okay? Because you did get the 5 of Pentacles and the root of your spread. So you see that you got the 5 of Pentacles and then the 6 of Pentacles. Now, the 5 of Pentacles and the root of your spread, very interesting here, because there's going to be a kind of like this sense of you feeling that you're just not happy, okay? The goal is to be happy. Some of y'all are going to be so buried in work, burnt out from work, or whatever goals you're working toward, passions you're working toward, that you're forgetting all the other elements of in your life that brings you happiness. A lot of it's personal too, okay? Don't like distract yourself from your own spiritual growth, like your spiritual journey, your spiritual awakening, okay? Don't be distracted from any of that. Now, the other thing is, some of y'all could be going through a situation where it's you may feel like someone is holding you back, or something is holding you back. And some of y'all are definitely possibly going to go through a situation where you feel like things are like the Mars energy is going to be really hard for you. So that's why I say be mindful of your health, be mindful of that balance, be mindful of bringing that fun into your life, okay? Bring some fun into your life. Hire a mariachi band, okay, for one night, okay, at your backyard, and sip on that Kool-Aid and whatever you need to do, okay. Have do the salsa dance with your kids, whatever you do. Just have some fun. Just have some fun. That's all I'm saying, okay. Have some fun this month, because you also got the lovers. Now, how crazy is this that you got the lovers in your future? It looks like a lot of y'all will have partnerships on your mind, okay. A lot of y'all will be entering new partnerships. So if you have felt like someone has been holding you back, whether work, business, enterprise, career, or love, or even family energy is coming up again. Actually, yeah, because the full moon in Aries, that's and then the North Node in Aries. Then yeah, there's gonna be you got the lovers in your future, but remember what happened. How crazy is this that I remember this? Last week, you have the lovers in, here, right? And then, but here, too, the week before. And so, third time coming up this week, and now in your future. So, clearly indicating that some of y'all could have lost a job, gotten broken up with, left a job, didn't get the job you wanted, didn't get the lover you wanted. Now you're really just like distracting yourself. You have to ask yourself, but you really want support, but you may be giving a lot, but at the same time, you're not feeling that balance with the Six of Pentacles in your crown and the root of the Five of Pentacles on the root of your spread. Some of y'all could be feeling like something's holding you back, or someone's holding you back. Now it's time to make this decision in love. Self-love too. We've talked about this. Okay? Lovers is self-love as well. All right? So you do see Archangel Raphael here. The healer, by the way, in your future. Okay? So you have an archangel in your future. And he's the one that's gifting the love. It's up to you. Let's call them Adam and Eve. Up to you. Adam and Eve. To do what do you want to do with that love? So for a lot of y'all, it looks like there's something with partnerships, relationships that will be coming through September, new ones. Okay, so if you did lose a job, if you did lose got out of a relationship, had a divorce, had a breakup, looks like something's coming through. Okay, remember Venus is waking up too. Okay, so that's a remember I did that video on Venus retrograde, what happens, and it is like I said, breakups is a big thing. Think about 2015. It was a summer of breakups. Venus retrogrades in Leo every 8 years. Now, here's the other thing. Like I said, it is self-love. It is that just don't distract yourself, all right? Ask yourself, are you happy? Have that self-love. Have that gratitude, all right? Really go within. Really go within this month, because Mars is going to be, and it's with all these planets retrograde, they're in their weakened states. Jupiter's going retrograde the first week of September. We're going to talk about that later. But so you see, like, the entire solar system literally is going to be retrograde, other than Mars, the planet of war. And like I said, Venus is going direct, but it takes a while to like wake up, right? So she's going to be in her shadow phase. So it's still going to kind of feel retrograde, but you're going to feel breakthroughs throughout as soon as she starts waking up. Okay, so keep that in mind. So Capricorn, let's get to your stuff. Capricorn, if you like this reading, it would be so great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. You know I love hearing from you. Lastly, if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I wouldn't be here without you. And, here's the thing, Capricorn. Because your reading is so heavily like intuition and gratitude and like all that, like tapping into your higher self and whatnot. I do have that guest host coming on September 10th. Mark it in your calendar, Susan King. Very like I can't believe I actually got her. Very famous intuitive counselor. So let's just say intuitive. So she'll talk about intuition, how to use it, how to maximize it, why it's good for you. She's like the expert on this. She's a psychic. She, if you're part of the live session, she will do like readings, like mini readings for people that are asking questions. So she's brilliant. She's brilliant. So I hope that you can, and if you can attend, it's I'll still put it up after, like or whatever. But you should watch it. It's a good one. Capricorn. You're gonna get something that you want, but and you want something new this month, big time, big time. You got the Page of Cups. So when I say open your freaking heart, Capricorn, open your heart, okay? Open your heart. Do not have it crossed off. You see that? Do you also see this? Open your heart. Before we even get there, the Page of Cups. He's so intuitive, okay? So remember, it's that intuitive energy that really, really have that moment, okay? Really trust your intuition right now. Really trust your intuition to help find that balance, to help find that gratitude, and to really, find what truly makes you happy this month, okay? Now, this is saying that there is something new that you want. A lot of it is relationships, okay? Remember, you got the Lovers in your future, and now you got the Page of Cups and, the first card in your staff. So all I have to say is do whatever you can to follow your bliss this month. Your bliss, all right? Really put a lot of energy into that. And you could actually get some really nice messages this month. Actually, when I break it down week by week, I'm going to tell you why. But there's a couple trines this month where you're going to get unexpected, surprising, like fun news. And here's your affirmation with the Page of Cups. Pages are the messengers, and cups are all about emotions, feelings, but also intuition, okay? Intuition. It's a really big thing, and I really want you to remember that. And actually, you do see the fish coming out of the cup there, so a lot of creativity, imagination, that's, part of this card, but, he does have very Piscean energy, and all that activity in Pisces, especially with Saturn in Pisces, it is in your third house of communication. So, that's big. And now you did get the Three of Swords. And so what's really coming through is that two things. One, whatever is, there is something that is fueling you, something that was really hard for you. Remember, okay? That is actually going to fuel you to move forward and try to have that fun and try to get past certain things this month that may have been really hard for you. All right. All leading up to this Lovers moment, which I love. But the Three of Swords is like the heartbreak card, but where it falls in your staff, which it's like the external factors area. So it's almost like a lot of y'all, it's more like there was some sort of challenge or heartache or heartbreak that happened this month that is fueling you to find that happiness, that is fueling you to think clearly, to see clearly, because at the end of the day, even though it's a heartbreak card, it's still the sword suit up here, the mental suit, logic, intellect, okay? So when I say see things clearly, with Venus waking up in your 9th house, your perspective, the way that you see things, it's really fueling you at this point, okay? But there is a sense of something that can be really hard for you. That's why I don't want you to distract yourself by working too hard. That's why I want you to reach out and have for support. Have fun this month. Have fun this month. I'll even clarify that. When I say have fun, Capricorn, You need to have fun. I'm not playing around. I'm not messing around with you now. Okay? You saw that, right? So you got the 3 of Cups. If you can get the whole point of this to pull out the swords one by one. Okay, you see how it's stormy and rainy. 3 is all about growth and advancement and creation, birth of new things. You got to learn from this heartache, right? You got to grow from it. That's what I've been saying from the beginning. With the 4 of Cups going to the 9 of Wands, there is something that it's almost like you're gonna learn a lesson this month or something like that. But yeah, you get past that, you celebrate, you have fun. Look at the 3 sisters toasting each other. I mean, at the end of the day, the core meaning of this card is just like bonding, okay? Bonding with other people. I've been repeating it throughout your entire spread. Don't forget that part where that's not, if it's 99% work or going toward your passions or being laser focused in something in that area, don't forget all the other things that, bring you joy. Don't forget those people in your life, okay? But this is really great. Interestingly, yeah, I mean, you got 2 3s here. Remember, I said 3 is all about it's the birth of new things. Okay, so there could be once you get past this, you can have some fun. You can let down your hair. You can, long hair, no care. But also, there could be something new that comes after this, after you learn from this, right? And you really mature from it. Now, you did get the 7 of Wands, all right? Where it falls in your spread, it is just saying that you are going to be in a place where the message I'm getting is like you are going to get something that you want, okay? And it's going to be, especially with a clarity here, but it's your choice with the Lovers, all right? Because at the end of the day, remember what I said, it's your choice what to do with this, especially partnerships, relationships, and work career, but also love, okay? Or even self-love, choosing to open your heart, right? Choosing to open your heart. But it looks like you are going to get something, especially with the 3 of Cups there. This is all about valor. This is all about, again, interestingly, you got the 7 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. So very different from the 9 of Wands, but like very different, as very similar as well. This is really just saying that it's almost like some of y'all are there's overachieving and then there's like overachieving, and some of y'all may want to like really 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 overachieve this month. Just it's fine, just have that balance. As long as you have that balance in your life, you'll be fine, okay? That gratitude, that balance, that self-love, 3 big themes for you this month, okay? Oh, something fell over there in my kitchen. And maybe that was a sign. That was a big sign, because I named off 3 things, and you have these 2 3s here. Anyway, so maybe pay attention, okay, to that, what I just said. But yeah, there is this also for some of y'all who are in a place where you are over it. You're over it. You don't want to work as hard as you have been. And a lot of it could be because you have this fear that someone could take something from you, or you have this fear that you may lose something. You know how, there's all this research that's been done that Americans don't take vacations as much as any other country in the world because they have this fear that they're going to lose their job if they go on vacation. It's almost like kind of like that for some Capricorns may feel that this month. It could be the reason why you're working so hard. But remember, just have that balance, okay? Have that balance. And then finally, you have the Emperor and your final outcome. This is really insane. The Emperor, the ruler of his own destiny. He is divine masculine. He is like the daddy, the father. There could be like father paternal energy actually that's coming through on both ends. When I say father energy, like it doesn't even it can just be like a very masculine energy. It can be male or female, but there could be something that you're working with around that in terms of family as well as boss, okay? Or work as well. But really powerful energy, and it can be you. But at the end of the day, this is, the Emperor is ruled by Aries, all right? Remember, Mars is the ruler for Aries. And so really interesting. First message that's coming up is really do find that balance between like work and family and, you know, just or whatnot. But the main thing here is that he is Aries. The nodes moved into Aries, your north node moved into Aries, your fourth house of family, of relationships, of your home, actual home as well. But this is just you having, it's you just being the author of your own story at this point. You having so much power, like you're gonna be on top. You're coming out on top. But well, remember, have that balance, okay? Have that balance. Oh, yikes. Okay, so let's get to it. Let's see what's going on with you for every week for the month of September. So, Capricorn, the first week of September. Oh, and by the way, with the Emperor and your final outcome as well, with the Lovers here, by the way, it really is writing and publishing really is going to resonate for a lot of y'all. Okay, just keep that in mind. It really will. That's a huge thing. But again, family. But you are just going to be in this power. You're going to be sitting in the throne at the end of the day, at the end of the month. Like you are going through like, it's really just find ways to feel empowered, but also find ways to have fun. All right, don't like, you need to have that fun because it's going to fuel a lot. It's going to help you stay focused, or not focused, stay balanced. All right, it's going to help you stay balanced. Now I'm filming this video while Mercury is retrograde, so I've been doing a lot of like Mercury slip ups. Speaking of Mercury, all right, so as I mentioned, on the 3rd Venus goes direct, but on the day after, Mercury trines Jupiter. This is amazing. We already had one of these. So these are one of those days where it's just like major like clarity and luck in terms of communicating what you need. You could also hear good news, like very positive news around this time. Remember, Mercury is retrograde at this time, so there could be a sense of nostalgia, or it could be like news coming from people that you haven't heard from in a while, things that you're working on in the past. But it's also a good time to travel, like even like a short distance to places that are nostalgic for you. And then that same day, Jupiter does go retrograde. Now remember, this is what's likely causing a lot of that, is because Jupiter is currently in your 5th house of fun, of pleasure, but also family and children, just like, you know, the 4th house, like the Aries in your 4th house. So a lot of family energy this month. But there's also, it's really just Jupiter retrograde is like, it's, you know, you're not getting the full powers of Jupiter, and it's going to be retrograde until December. But that's short, and it's not like a bad thing at all. And again, with it being retrograde, you can find luck and prosperity and like things from the past, or things you had forgotten about, or things that you had abandoned. Like I've been saying in other signs, it's like, you know how like you go through spring, summer, fall, and then you put on your winter coat, and then you find that like $10,000 bill in it, and you're like, whoa, like those kind of moments. Now, Sun conjuncting Mercury, we have a Cazimi. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about all these aspects, by the way, in my weekly readings, like in detail, but also all these aspects are definitely going to like hit Capricorn risings more than Capricorns, but all Capricorns are going to feel it for sure. Now, on the 8th, like I said, the best day of the month, the luckiest day of the month, the Sun trining Jupiter. It's one of the best and luckiest days of the year. Now, this is a very optimistic day, all about growth, personal growth, okay? Overcoming setbacks and challenges. So with that said, let's see what's going on for you, Capricorn, for the first week of September. Boom. King of Swords, you're good. This, by the way, is really, 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 really great, because it's almost like there's a part of you that you're going to be working on your self-worth and your confidence, okay? I say that because not only the King of Swords, who is just as intimidating as the Emperor, right? If you were summoned by this king, by the way, like in medieval times, this is the king that makes you shake in your boots. Like, this is like, he's so strategic, so clever, so smart. He's the only king, by the way, out of all the kings in tarot, that looks directly at you. He has nothing to hide. He's faced all his truth. So this is you starting to come to face a lot of your truths. Really, really like having that clarity of finding that balance, everything you need to. Also, no one can hide anything from this king. So a lot of power for you in the first week, okay? Or the potential for power. You've got to use it. Remember, it's action. The other thing is, remember I said self-worth and like boosting your confidence? Well, the King of Swords is Aquarius, and Aquarius happens to be your second house, which is self-worth and confidence, but also money, all right? Salary. So there could be some attention around that for the first week for some Capricorns. Now, the second week of September, we have that new moon in Virgo, okay? So don't forget that. We have the new moon in Virgo. That is going to be really, it's actually a very exciting new moon. Uranus is very harmonious, okay? So, and also Pluto, which is in your sign right now, by the way, is being on, on his best behavior. And he's in really good alignment. Like, he's not being naughty. So I actually really love this new moon in Virgo. So remember, new moons bring new opportunities. Now, remember I said Uranus is very harmonious. Uranus, the planet of surprises. You could hear surprising news especially so because on the 15th, the day after, the sun is trining Uranus. What a wonderful day. It's a really good day to do things that you've never done before, to really open your mind, to be very curious about things, in terms of, Uranus happens to be in your 5th house. So in terms of things that bring you pleasure, in terms of things like with family and children, like maybe take them, to a different kind of park or do some, laser tag or something different. But, the 5th house, also rules creativity and self-expression. So maybe wear a bear costume all day. I don't know, express yourself, right? If you love bears, and 5th house is also sex. So you could try new things when it comes to sex. If you're younger or older, it doesn't matter, actually. Mercury goes direct before I dig myself a hole on the 15th. So that's really great. So now all the planets are direct at this point, okay? So this is really good. Remember, those inner planets, Mars, Mercury, and Venus are, we feel that the most, right? And then Venus squaring Jupiter. We've had a couple of these. These are great. These are those breakthrough moments. I really love this. And this one's going to be especially really good for you, okay? Remember, Jupiter is in your 5th house of pleasure and fun, and Venus is waking up in your 9th house of, spirituality and, your perspective on things and education. So let's see what's going on for you, Capricorn, for the second week of September. You're good. You're really good. Your life is changing. Here's the thing. You've got to just breathe this month, all right? And you'll be fine. You've got to just find that balance and you'll be fine. You're going to be a little overworked, or you may want to be overworked and distract yourself from things. But as long as you find that balance, as long as you have fun, you'll be fine. But it looks like you're about to enter this brand new cycle in your life. And this is a big cycle. Let me tell you, this is not just come on, we're at the world now. We're at the world. You've got the world. This is the end of the hero's journey, the fool's journey, right? In tarot, the major arcana is your journey, all right? And a lot of achievement here. This is gracefully done. This is celebrating. You see, the dancing figure at, with the 2 magician's batons, okay? This is your, so you also see the wreath, the garland here, shaped as a 0, referring back to the Fool. Okay, so you did it. You did it. I mean, when I say this new moon in Virgo is going to be really big for you, it's going to be really big for you. Okay, so remember, this is the new moon in Virgo. That's mid-month. It's happening on the 14th. And it is the energies of that. It's going to last for weeks. So keep that in mind. But your entire life is about to start changing. You're about to start this new cycle, this new journey in your life. All right. You're good. You're fine. Capricorn, 3rd week of September. And be very proud of yourself too, because this is, how through the major arcanas there are all those polarities, all those dualities, all the ups and downs. Well, this is like kind of like the harmonious merging of it all. All right, it's the harmonious merging of it all. So be very proud of yourself and really make that time to have some fun. Now, the third week of September, Sun trining Pluto. So yeah, this is going to be an extremely powerful day. This could be a very intense day for you. We're going to talk about this more in the weekly reading, but this is huge. Pluto, remember, is in your sign. Your sign. Your sign. So it actually could be a very intense day, but it is a day all about empowerment. Okay, of feeling empowered with who you are and the experiences that you make for yourself. Okay, now on the 23rd we officially move into Libra season. Okay, so this is also really great. There's going to be a lot of focus on career, but it's almost like the heaviness is like the first 2 weeks. Things are gonna like, and with Sun moving into Libra, that means that the Sun is joining Mars that's in Libra. So remember I said Mars has got a water gun at your I love dry sand party. Well, the Sun is now in Libra, and so the Sun is like looking over at you and it's like, you know, you might want to take care of that. So remember, it's all about taking action, but the Sun is like bringing all that optimism and even resolution. So and it is, you know, autumn equinox in the northern hemisphere. I don't know why I said it that way. Maybe it's because Mercury is retrograde. I'm a Gemini rising and Virgo moon, so Mercury retrogrades really messed with me. So anyway, where were we? Week 3. Okay, so Capricorn, this is what you can expect for the third week of September. So remember how I said you're going to go through, it's almost like there's a big lesson you're going to learn this month. Well, it is pretty clear as day. It's pretty clear as day now. You did get the star. Coming right after the world? Come on. You know that's big. This is your hopes. This is your wishes. This is a lot of healing as well. From this heartache, from the 4 cups, from all this hard stuff that you may have been going through or may go through in September. You're going to be absolutely fine, okay? Remember, I said the first 2 weeks are very different from the second 2 weeks, and you can see that here now, okay? You can see that here. So everything, it's like the stars are aligning for you at this point after that new moon, and then we move into week 3, Sun moves into Libra, and also the star is ruled by Aquarius. Remember what I said, you already got the King of Swords ruled by Aquarius, so that is your second house, self-worth, confidence, self-value, but also a lot of money, okay? So there could be some newness, new cycle that has to do with making more money, increasing your salary, but if that's what you want, okay? If that's a matter for you, because it really could be just a lot of y'all just working on like your confidence in this point and learning gratitude and having more gratitude. And I'm not saying that you don't have any at all. I'm just saying that your cards are saying that there is going to be something where you may just want to raise your energy level because it's going to be easier for you to attract the things that you want, okay? So Capricorn, the last week of September, we have our second Mercury trining Jupiter. This is absolutely amazing. Mercury is no longer retrograde at this point, so this is just a beautiful, amazing day. You could hear good news. You could actually give good news too. This is a great day for business deals. It's a great day to be really social. And then we have this full moon in Aries, okay? What I like about this full moon in Aries is that Mars... so Venus at this point is pretty much awake. And so Mars is like, oh, hey, hello. And so it's kind of like nice because Mars is now like distracted and dancing with Venus and no longer being like crazy, like aggressive, but it's still like, I love this full moon. It's really good for partnerships. It's really good for family and home for y'all because there's also like a breakthrough energy on this day because Venus is squaring Uranus at the same time. The day after Mercury trines Uranus, we'll talk about this more in the weekly readings, but again, you're going to get some really surprising news around this time too. Okay, so keep that in mind. And for you, you see that the Queen of Pentacles flipped over. Should we take that? You want to take that? Take it as a clarifier? Queen of Pentacles, that's big. I mean, we're talking about, like, remember what I said about money. Like, You have the King of Swords, you have the World, you have the Star, and you have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the thing about the Queen of Pentacles, she's Capricorn, and she's the richest queen. Remember, I was making like the references to the goat. You see your symbol here, the sea goat, right in her throne. So, hello, you pulled your own card in the final week, and this is money and wealth. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. You're going to be taken care of. You're going to be taking care of those people in your life as well. A lot of family energy. She has the resources to take care of. She's the richest queen. Remember that. She has the resources to take care of not only, you know, everyone in her kingdom and her orbit and her family, but herself, okay? Building the world that she wants. So that is absolutely amazing that she came up, and then this was a card that is the card that was going to be pulled, and I did pull. This is the clarifier. So, because I don't do jumpers, I do jumpers for clarifiers. If they do jump out, I do trust my guides, and I know whether the card is meant to be or meant not to be. And again, those are the ones that are, if it does it like that. But I did feel that it was important because she was Capricorn. But there you go. You got the World. You got the Star, you got the Wheel of Fortune, you got the Queen of Pentacles. Don't forget, you got the King of Swords too. And so you see, you're going to be absolutely fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. You got the Wheel of Fortune, the card of good luck, okay? The good fortune, prosperity, success, and it's 10, so it's game-changing, okay? So your life is changing for real with the World, and then you got the Wheel of Fortune here, okay? Expect it, your life to start changing big time this month. This is the gods above looking down at you and saying, you know what? We put Capricorn through the ringer. We made them work hard to earn everything this month so they could, you know, learn some lessons, have, you know, like work on their gratitude, appreciate things, and not put 99% into work or, you know, whatever, have more fun in their life. And it's like, okay, now we're going to just give them this huge boost of luck, okay? Because it came right after the Star too as well. I mean, it's like jackpot. Capricorn, come on. This is big. This is really big. You also got the only two cards that has the 4 fixed signs in the corners. You got him in the wheel here, and that brings that like stability. But you are actually really good. It's going to be a month. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a month where you may feel a little like, but you're going to be fine as long as you have that balance, that gratitude, your intuition. You're going to be good, okay? Trust your intuition. That's going to make all the difference. But you do see that you did get the Emperor in your final outcome and the Lovers in your future, too. And then clarifying the 3 of Swords, the 3 of Cups. So it may be a month where you're just going to have to be resilient. Mars is going to be throwing a lot of things at you. But, oh, my goodness. You see what's with the universe is like, it's like jackpot, basically. That's what I'm going to use the title for your with the word for your title this month, because it really, oh my gosh, it's over an hour. Okay, Capricorn, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, we'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. I will see you. I hope you like your reading. Thanks so much. I will see you next week. Bye.